We are looking at wind. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Libator. Also ahead, we'll explain why a gas war in Ilion is actually great news for drivers running on empty. First though, today is a Storm Tracker 2 alert day. The weather is about to become unsettled for your Wednesday. Let's get a check of your Storm Tracker 2 forecast. Meteorologist Hannah Evans joining us now. Hannah, it's going to get windy out. Yes,
so today wind gusts, especially this afternoon, evening, could reach up to 50 miles per hour. So we have issued an alert day starting tonight, and that will last through tomorrow morning because that is when it looks to be the windiest. Scattered power outages are possible at this point, so keep that in mind for today. And we are going to be seeing widespread rain throughout today. That looks to end this evening, and then due to the wind direction, lake effect snow develops. Could become very, very heavy at times north of the Mohawk Valley, and along with that wind could be dangerous when driving. So keep that in mind, and that is why we issued a Storm Tracker 2 alert day. But at this point, we are tracking dry conditions on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. I am going to zoom out to show you the cold front that is moving through. That is what is going to bring in widespread rain and these windy conditions. Temperatures drop drastically behind the cold front, and that's what brings in this snow. So here's our snowfall forecast. Looks to start 5 p.m. tonight through 5 a.m. Friday. The heaviest of it is going to be in the Tug Hill region, along with north of the Mohawk Valley. And some of the Mohawk Valley could see around 2 to 4 inches, but then the rest of us seeing just a trace to 2. So we are going to be seeing widespread rain and wind for today, with lake effect snow picking up tonight, along with windy conditions still picking up through tomorrow morning. But then we all look to dry out on Friday. So for today, expect widespread rain, windy conditions. Temperatures are going to be near 50 though, so it is going to be pretty warm for November. I will be talking a little bit more about the alert day and the snowfall coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. Let's get right to it now. A landmark.
Welcome back. We are going to be seeing very, very windy conditions today. So definitely take your trash cans in or wherever like that, because wind gusts could be up to 50 miles per hour, especially this afternoon and evening. And that looks to continue overnight tonight. So definitely make sure a lot of stuff is locked in for today. Along with windy conditions, we also could be seeing scattered power outages. So once again, downed power lines could be an issue. Definitely keep that in mind. Don't touch them. Just report them in, and definitely be careful of that on the roadways for any trees down as well for today, because very, very windy conditions, and the wind looks to continue into early tomorrow morning. Once the rain ends tonight, that's when lake effect snow looks to develop overnight into most of the day tomorrow, especially for north of the Mohawk Valley. So the heaviest of snow is going to fall into the Tug Hill region, and in the North Country, 4 to 8 inches, 2 to 4 inches, including Rome, just north of Utica, and in the Mohawk Valley and south. Looks to get just a trace to 2, but heavy lake effect snow is definitely possible north, and it still is going to be windy when this is occurring as well. Gary.
Hannah, thank you. She was a frequent...
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out very windy this morning, and widespread rain looks to develop for the rest of the day. So let's take a look now at our CAV tower camera overlooking the city of Utica. We can see it shaking here this morning. We are going to be very, very windy today, and rain looks to develop here this morning, and that looks to last through this evening. So we have issued a Storm Tracker 2 alert day for tonight through early tomorrow morning, just due to these stronger winds that look to develop this afternoon. Gusts could reach up to 50 miles per hour, and this could definitely cause a few scattered power outages. Once the rain ends tonight, lake effect snow picks up, especially north of the Mohawk Valley, becoming very heavy at times, and it still looks to be windy at this point, so visibility could be an issue. So as you are commuting today, this morning should be fine pretty early, but then rain looks to develop later in the morning and looks to be very, very windy at times for the afternoon. Then for the evening commute, I would definitely be careful because rain looks to switch over to snow pretty quickly, and then lake effect snow looks to pick up for north of the Mohawk Valley. This is all due to this cold front that is coming in from the west. So at this point, very, very windy. That rain comes in because of that cold front. And once that cold front moves through this evening, temperatures drop drastically behind it. And that is what creates that lake effect snow, because it is a lot cooler behind the cold front, although it is going to be pretty warm today with highs right near 50. So the National Weather Service Service has issued a wind advisory in effect for all of central New York through this evening, just due to gusts reaching up to 50 miles per hour. There also is a wind warning actually for Lewis County that is also in effect until this evening. Once again, scattered power outages are definitely possible. A few isolated outages possible north and south of the Mohawk Valley, with the scattered power outages possible in the Mohawk Valley. So just keep that in mind. Make sure your phone and stuff is charged for today, and that looks to be for this evening. Now, once again, once the rain ends this evening, lake effect snow picks up. The heaviest of it is going to be north of the Mohawk Valley with 4 to 8 inches. More are expected in the Tug Hill area, and then a trace to 2 inches for the Mohawk Valley and south. This is in effect tonight through early Friday. So for this morning, still tracking cloudy conditions, very windy to start, temperatures in the 30s. Widespread rain looks to come in around noon. That looks to continue for the day before switching over to snow a little bit in the Adirondacks at around 4 p.m. That looks to end around 6 p.m. Still very, very windy at this point. Then we can see lake effect snow picking up for especially north of the Mohawk Valley all throughout tonight, and that looks to last for all of the day tomorrow. The heaviest of it is going to fall north, but still some snow could be possible in the Mohawk Valley and south for tomorrow. All of that looks to end tomorrow evening. So for today, expect very windy conditions, scattered power outages are possible, and widespread rain. Once that cold front moves through, our temperatures drop drastically. Lake effect snow does pick up for overnight tonight and for most of the day tomorrow. So we have issued an alert day today just due to the wind and due to scattered power outages. It remains windy through tomorrow as well. So if you are seeing heavy lake effect snow, especially north of the Mohawk Valley, that could really cause for some visibility issues, Gary.
Especially over there in Red Hill. I know the Tug Hill is going to get a lot of snow.
Yes, they always get a lot of snow. I would not want to live there.
Hannah, thanks. The time now is 5:23, the clock, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libator, meteorologist Hannah Evans joining us from the Weather Center with some windy details of what's going to be taking place later today, right, Hannah?
Yes, so it is going to get very windy, especially this afternoon and evening. We could be seeing some scattered power outages as well, and then snow picks up for the north tomorrow.
So a lot ahead today.
Yes, a lot going on today and tomorrow. So right now, let's take a look at why we issued a Storm Tracker 2 alert day. That starts tonight through tomorrow morning just because of very strong winds developing because of the cold front moving through. Scattered power outages are possible, and once the rain ends tonight, lake effect snow picks up, especially for the north. It is going to be heavy at times, still windy, and that could cause for some visibility issues. So at this point, we are dry on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. I am going to zoom out just to show you that rain coming in due to that cold front, and that is why it is going to get very windy. Once that cold front moves through, the temperatures behind it drop drastically, and that's what kind of makes it cold enough for lake effect snow. And with the wind, lake effect snow is going to occur starting tonight through tomorrow. So this goes into effect 5 p.m. through 5 a.m. Friday. The heaviest of snow does look to fall in the Tug Hill region. 4 to 8 inches in the North Country, 2 to 4 inches, including Rome and just north of Utica, and then a trace to 2 before the rest of us. So for today, we are expecting widespread rain to come in, and it is going to be very, very windy. We could be seeing scattered power outages, so keep that in mind. Once the rain ends this evening, lake effect snow picks up tonight, and it also is going to remain windy. This all looks to come to an end Friday for quiet weather returning. So for today, expect widespread rain, very, very windy conditions. Wind gusts could reach up to 50 miles per hour. And we'll be talking a little bit more about the rain today and the snow tomorrow coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. A sad update this morning.
Welcome back. We are going to be seeing very gusty conditions today. So this morning, Mohawk Valley only looking at wind gusts up to 25 miles per hour. But by later this afternoon, we could reach up to 50 miles per hour wind gusts. As we can see here, 43 miles per hour in Utica, 40 miles per hour in Herkimer. Tonight, it will continue to be in mid-20s to up to 30 miles per hour. And then through tomorrow afternoon as well, it's going to get gusty again with at around noon, 37 miles per hour in Herkimer, 44 miles per hour wind gusts in Cooperstown. It looks to end tomorrow night, the wind speed. So today, we are going to be seeing widespread rain as well. So visibility may be an issue when driving this afternoon. We are looking at half an inch to an inch of rain, so nothing to cause cause any flooding issues, but still with these very windy conditions could be seeing some problems and visibility issues on the roadways. Same thing with the snow coming in tomorrow. So after the rain ends tonight, lake effect snow picks up for tomorrow, especially north of the Mohawk Valley. Still very gusty winds. That could be a problem with visibility when driving. The heaviest of snow looks to fall north of the Mohawk Valley, which is a trace to 2 inches in the Mohawk Valley and south. Gary.
Hannah, thank you. Scientists say a yellow...
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out with cloudy skies and windy conditions, and we will be seeing widespread rain develop today. So let's take a look now at the Cavity Tower camera overlooking the city of Utica. Windy to start. We can see the camera shaking just a little bit. We are dry, but rain looks to come in later this morning. So we have issued a Storm Tracker 2 alert day for tonight through tomorrow morning, especially because stronger winds are going to come in this afternoon and evening due to that cold front moving through with wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. This could cause some scattered power outages, so keep that in mind. Make sure everything's charged and everything like that. Rain looks to end this evening, but then lake effect snow picks up behind the cold front because temperatures drop drastically. And that lake effect snow will be focused north of the Mohawk Valley, but that could be really heavy at times. And we still are going to be seeing windy conditions through tomorrow. So as you're commuting this morning, should be fine. We look dry up until 9 a.m. Windy conditions at this point, remaining windy throughout the entire day. And for the evening commute, that's when rain looks to start switching over to that lake effect snow. So just be careful driving around in that. This is all due to this cold front from the west, so we can see widespread rain developing along it, and it is going to be very, very windy once this cold front passes through. And once again, very much cooler weather on the other side of the cold front. That will drop our temperature, and then lake effect snow will develop, especially for north of the Mohawk Valley. That starts tonight and lasts through the whole day tomorrow. So because of this windy conditions, the National Weather Service has put a high wind advisory in effect for all of central New York until this evening. Gusts up to 50 miles per hour are possible. We also have a wind warning in effect for Lewis County due to stronger winds up there. And once again, this could cause some power outages, scattered power outages, especially for the Mohawk Valley, and then isolated outages elsewhere. Once this rain ends tonight, lake effect snow picks up starting tonight through all day tomorrow. The heaviest of it does look to fall north of the Mohawk Valley with 4 to 8 inches in the North Country, a little bit more in the Tug Hill area, and then 2 to 4 inches, including Rome and just north of Utica. The rest of us just looking at a trace to 2 inches. That looks to start tonight and will last for all day tomorrow. So this morning we are still dry, cloudy, still seeing windy conditions though. The rain looks to come in late morning, but by noon it looks to be widespread. Temperatures are going to be near 50 today for the high temperature, but those wind gusts are also going to be up to 50 miles per hour. The rain looks to end this evening. This is 4 p.m. starting to see it switch over to some snow in the Adirondacks, and then we will be dried out by dinner time. So then lake effect snow does look to pick up tonight. As you can see, it is looking to remain north of the Mohawk Valley, and that looks to last for the whole day tomorrow. It's going to be much cooler, still very windy tomorrow as well, with that lake effect snow ending early Friday morning. So for today, expect very windy conditions, widespread rain throughout the day, temperatures near 50, and tonight our temperature will drop into the 20s with that lake effect snow tonight still remaining windy. So we have issued an alert day starting tonight, and that will last through tomorrow morning, just due to very windy conditions that could cause some scattered power outages. This heavy rain today ends, and then we turn into heavy lake effect snow for the north tomorrow, and then we dry out for Friday. Gary.
Hannah, thank you. It is time to stuff the bus. Thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Libitor. We are following some breaking news right at this hour. Just a few minutes ago, a fire broke out at the Lillian Cooper Apartments on Genesee Street in Utica. It has been reported that an apartment on the top floor is on fire. We do have a crew on the way, and as soon as we do learn more, we'll pass it along. Again, a fire being reported at the Lillian Cooper Apartments on Genesee Street. That's right near South Street. We'll have more details as they do become available. Now to the weather. Today is a Storm Tracker 2 alert day. The weather is about to become unsettled for your Wednesday. Let's get a check of your Storm Tracker 2 forecast. Meteorologist Hannah Evans is back. First off, welcome back. And
Thank you.
You bring some wind with you, don't you?
Yes, I am bringing wind. Today we are going to be very, very windy with wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour this afternoon. It's also going to be raining, and then lake effect snow picks up for especially the north tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, let's hope there aren't any power outages, but that is a possibility.
Yes, that is a possibility with 50 miles per hour wind gusts. So let's take a look now as to why we issued an alert day specifically for tonight through tomorrow morning. Very strong winds develop this afternoon and evening due to that cold front moving through. Scattered power outages are possible because of this, and behind the cold front, a much cooler air is coming in. It's still going to be windy, and we will start to see lake effect snow that could be heavy at times north of the Mohawk Valley. That starts tonight and last through the day tomorrow. So on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, at this point we are still dry, but we can see this rain coming in just from our west. That is due to the cold front. Very, very windy to start this morning even as well, but the winds will pick up once this cold front does move through. And once again, cooler air behind the cold front, that triggers lake effect snow, especially north. 4 to 8 inches for the North Country, 2 to 4 inches, including Rome, just north of Utica. But the heaviest of it is going to fall in the Tug Hill region. And then for the rest of us, just a trace to 2 inches. But still, it's going to be windy tomorrow as well. So we could be seeing some visibility issues, especially with the snow blowing around. So for today, we're expecting widespread rain and wind. That could also cause visibility issues with the rain and the wind. Wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Then the rain ends. Lake effect snow picks up tonight with wind, and that will last through tomorrow, and then we will finally dry out on Friday. So for today, expect widespread rain, windy conditions, wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. And I will be talking a little bit more about the rain and wind coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. Let's get right to it now. A landmark same.
Welcome back. It's going to be very windy today with wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. That is enough to blow around objects, trash cans, kind of far away down into the neighbor's yard. So definitely keep that in mind today and make sure everything is secure outside. It also is going to remain windy tomorrow. So if you are traveling anywhere and you see any downed trees or power lines, definitely don't touch them. Just make sure to report them in. But that could also be a possibility today, as we do have scattered power outages possible in our forecast as well, because 50 miles per hour wind gusts is actually a lot of wind, with wind speeds between 20 and 25 miles per hour throughout all of today. After the rain ends tonight, because we also are going to be seeing widespread rain today, lake effect snow looks to pick up. It will also remain windy tonight into tomorrow, and it is going to be a lot cooler. So the heaviest of it is going to be north, with 4 to 8 inches in the North Country, the heaviest of it in the Tug Hill region, 2 to 4 inches just north of Utica, including Rome, and then a trace to 2 inches for the rest of the Mohawk Valley and south of the Mohawk Valley. This snowfall map goes into effect at 5 p.m. tonight and ends at 5 a.m. Friday morning. Gary.
Hannah, thank you. Well, she was a frequent fixture.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out cloudy but very windy this morning. It is going to be windy today with widespread rain moving in. So let's take a look now at the CAVI tower camera overlooking the city of Utica. We can see our camera shaking a little bit this morning. It is windy to start, but the wind will really pick up this afternoon and evening. So we have issued an alert day specifically for tonight through tomorrow morning due to very strong winds developing from a cold front moving through. That cold front does look to bring widespread rain today, but wind gusts could reach up to 50 miles per hour. This could cause some scattered power outages, and the wind remains for tomorrow as well. The rain ends tonight, but then lake effect snow picks up tomorrow. Could be heavy at times north of the Mohawk Valley, and once again could be very windy, causing for some visibility issues. So today we will be on the warmer side. So we are already starting out in the 30s. High temperatures will reach right near 50. We have 33 degrees in Old Forge and 38 degrees in New Hartford. And looking to the south, we have 37 degrees in Cooperstown, Hartwick, and in Lawrence this morning. So after the cold front moves through this evening, our temperatures will drastically drop, and that's what kind of fuels that lake effect snow to start. So on our radar and satellite, we are seeing this cold front coming in from the west. That is going to bring in widespread rain today. That is what is causing very, very windy conditions once it moves through, and then behind it, cooler weather, and that will drive lake effect snow to start tonight and for all of the day tomorrow. The National Weather Service has issued a high wind advisory for all of central New York. That's in effect until this evening, with wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Lewis County has a high wind warning in effect, so maybe a little bit windier up in Lewis County. We'll be seeing some scattered power outages possible, especially in the Mohawk Valley, and then a few isolated outages are possible elsewhere. So just keep that in mind today. It's going to be very, very windy. Make sure everything is charged. After the rain ends tonight, it's going to get very cold once the cold front moves through. It's still going to be windy, so lake effect snow is going to occur, especially north of the Mohawk Valley, 4 to 8 inches in the North Country, 2 to 4 inches, including the Rome area just north of Utica, and then the heaviest of it is going to fall in the Tug Hill region, with the rest of us just seeing a trace to 2 inches of snow. This map goes into effect tonight, and that will last until 5 a.m. Friday. So the rain looks to start late morning, and around noon it will be widespread. Very, very windy today. We can see it start to switch over to snow in the Adirondacks around 4 p.m. We will dry out 6 p.m., but then lake effect snow quickly picks up, especially north of the Mohawk Valley. Still windy for tonight and for most of the day tomorrow. Much cooler tomorrow with high temperatures just in the 30s, and then we do look to dry out into early Friday morning. So for today, expect very windy conditions, widespread rain coming in late morning, and that turns into lake effect snow tonight, and it will be the heaviest north of the Mohawk Valley. So we issued an alert day for today, especially later on, just because of how windy it's going to be with a few scattered power outages. Remaining windy tomorrow could be causing some visibility issues, especially if you are driving in areas of heavy snow, but we do dry out on Friday, Gary.
So we're going to get up to a high of 52, wow, before it drops again.
Yes, so today very warm, and then once that cold front moves through, very cold behind it.
And then the snow.
Yes.
Hannah, thanks. Be sure to like us on Facebook and step outside. You may be blown away later today. The winds are expected to be pipping this hour. The weather, if you step outside, you may be blown away later today. The winds are expected to be picking up to near 50 miles per hour. Now let's get that check of that Storm Tracker 2 forecast with meteorologist Hannah Evans over in the Weather Center, where it's a bit chilly in the Weather Center, too.
Yes, I'm always freezing. They need to turn the heat on. But it's going to be actually warmer today with highs near 50, but it's going to be very windy this afternoon with rain, and then it's going to be much cooler after a cold front moves through, and that brings in lake effect snow tonight and for tomorrow.
Yeah, but get ready for those winds.
Yes, definitely get ready for the winds. So we have issued a Storm Tracker 2 alert day, especially tonight through tomorrow morning, due to very, very strong winds. Up to 50 miles per hour wind gusts are possible this afternoon and evening. That could cause some scattered power outages, so keep that in mind. After the rain today, lake effect snow will pick up behind the cold front, and that will be heavy at times north of the Mohawk Valley through the day tomorrow. So at this point, we are still dry on our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Rain is moving in pretty quickly. It will become widespread today, and this is due to a cold front. Very windy as well, and behind that cold front, once that rain ends, lake effect snow picks up for tonight through all day tomorrow. The heaviest of it is going to be in the Tug Hill region with 4 to 8 inches in the North Country, and then 2 to 4 inches, including Rome and north of Utica. The rest of us seeing a trace to 2 inches. So widespread rains expected today, as well as very gusty wind. Then after the rain, lake effect snow picks up tonight. Still windy tonight and tomorrow. We will finally dry out on Friday. So we are expecting rain, windy conditions today, wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Then we'll be talking a little bit more about the rain and wind coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. A sad update this morning on that 2-car crash on Route 8 in Brookfield.
Welcome back. We are going to be seeing very gusty winds today, but this morning, wind gusts just up to 25 miles per hour in the Mohawk Valley. We still have 36 miles per hour in Hamilton. By 4 p.m., that is when it looks to be very, very high. We have 40 miles per hour Herkimer, 43 miles per hour wind gusts in Utica. And tonight it will turn calmer, still windy overnight though, with wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour. As for tomorrow, it does get windy again, especially in the afternoon. This is noon. We have 37 miles per hour wind gusts in Herkimer, Hamilton, and 44 miles per hour in Cooperstown. So again, today, especially this evening, scattered power outages are possible, so keep that in mind because it is going to be very windy. And with that wind, we are going to be seeing widespread rain today that could be heavy at times. Overall, about a half an inch to an inch of rain can be expected. Not enough to cause flooding, but that could cause visibility issues if you are driving with the wind and the rain blowing around. After the rain ends, lake effect snow picks up. That also could cause some visibility issues when driving. The heaviest of it will be north of the Mohawk Valley, 48 inches in the North Country, 2 to 4 inches, including Rome and just north of Utica. But the heaviest of it is going to be in the Tug Hill region. The rest of us, Mohawk Valley and Southern Valleys, look to just get a trace to 2 inches of lake effect snow starting tonight through all day tomorrow. Gary.
Hannah, thank you. In world news,
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good morning, everybody. We are starting out with cloudy skies, but it is windy and the wind will pick up today along with rain coming in. So let's take a look now at the Cavity Tower camera overlooking the city of Utica. We can see cloudy skies here, windy conditions. Camera is shaking a little bit, and it is going to get a little bit windier for this afternoon and evening as a cold front moves through. So we have issued a storm tracker 2 alert day, especially for tonight through tomorrow morning. Wind gusts could be up to 50 miles per hour this evening. That could cause scattered power outages, so keep that in mind for today. And once the rain ends tonight, behind the cold front, much cooler air is coming in, and that will fuel some lake effect snow to start tonight through all of tomorrow, mainly for north of the Mohawk Valley. That's where the heaviest of it will fall. So today, Nala can clearly see her neighbor this morning. It's just a little bit dark, a little bit cloudy. Today's featured cat is Boots. This morning when commuting, it's fine, just windy outside. For the evening, though, I would just be careful. At that point, we are going to be seeing some rain switching over to snow pretty quickly. So just be careful when driving through this evening. This afternoon, I would be careful because it is going to be windy and raining, heavy at times, and that could cause for some visibility issues. So if you do want to be a part of this, you can head over to my Facebook page, post pictures of your cats there. Today's Nala's neighbor is Boots. So this is all due to a cold front moving through. This coming in from the west will bring widespread rain today, very windy conditions once this cold front moves through, and then that cooler air behind it starts that lake effect snow. So the National Weather Service has issued a wind advisory. This is in effect for all of central New York due to gusts up to 50 miles per hour possible. This ends this evening, and winds could be a little bit heavier up in Lewis County where that warning is. So power outages are possible, especially in the Madison County area, southern Oneida County. Scattered power outages are possible, so keep that in mind for this afternoon and evening. And once the rain ends tonight, lake effect snow picks up. This map goes into effect at 5 p.m. tonight and ends at 5 a.m. Friday. The heaviest of it is going to fall in the Tug Hill area with 4 to 8 inches in the North Country and then 2 to 4 inches in the Rome area and just north of Utica. The rest of us seeing a trace to 2 inches of lake effect snow. So it is going to be very, very windy today, gusts up to 50 miles per hour. The rain looks to start to come in late morning, becoming widespread by noon, and it looks to end or start to switch over to snow around 4 p.m. We can see in the Adirondacks switching over to snow for a little bit, and then we dry out at 6 p.m. But then lake effect snow quickly picks up. We can see it north of the Mohawk Valley, and that will be the theme for tomorrow. We will be seeing lake effect snow for the day, heaviest of it falling north of the Mohawk Valley. Still windy tomorrow as well, so there could be some visibility issues, especially when driving. So for today, expect widespread rain to come in. That will start late morning. Very, very windy with wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. Scattered power outages are possible. Then behind the cold front, much cooler air comes in. Lake effect snow comes in as well for most of the day tomorrow, and it still is going to be on the windier side tomorrow. So that's why we issued a storm tracker 2 alert day, especially starting tonight through tomorrow morning. We will be seeing widespread heavy rain today, very windy conditions. possibly some scattered power outages. That turns into heavy lake effect snow for the north tonight and tomorrow. Very windy as well for tomorrow, and then we dry out on Friday. We'll be right back.
Thank you for joining us. We begin this noon with the weather. And if you were outside this morning already, you have already felt the winds, but those winds will be getting even stronger. News Channel 2's meteorologist Hannah Evans tracking the system over in the Weather Center. And Hannah, some snow also on the way, right?
Yes, so today we are going to be seeing rain and wind. And once the rain ends tonight, it is going to get a lot cooler, which allows for lake effect snow tomorrow, especially for north of the Mohawk Valley. So wind and snow tomorrow.
Yeah, turbulent day ahead.
Yes, it is. So let's take a look now at why we issued a Storm Tracker 2 alert day specifically for tonight through tomorrow morning. We're expecting very strong winds. Right now, we are even seeing gusts already up to 30 miles per hour. They could reach 50 miles per hour. And with this wind speed, scattered power outages are possible, especially this evening. Once the rain ends tonight, cooler air comes in behind the cold front, and that allows for lake effect snow to start tonight through all the day tomorrow, especially for north of the Mohawk Valley. So here's a look now at our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The heaviest of rain is falling north of the Mohawk Valley at this point, but widespread rain will come in later this afternoon, and that looks to end around dinner time before lake effect snow picks up. So today we're expecting widespread rain and very windy conditions. Scattered power outages are possible. Lake effect snow picks up tonight with wind as well, and that will continue for tomorrow, the heaviest of it falling north, and we will dry out on Friday. So for the rest of today, expect rain, windy conditions, and then snows starting later on tonight. And we'll be talking a little bit more about the rain and snow coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. Quick work by the Utica Fire Department early.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good afternoon, everybody. At this point, we are seeing rain in most of our area, and it is very, very windy out. So let's take a look now at our Utica National Tower camera overlooking Main Street in Cooperstown. We can see the flag blowing. Pretty windy in Cooperstown, pretty windy for all of us. Wind gusts today are expected to reach up to almost 50 miles per hour, so that could cause some scattered power outages as it is. So if you are commuting at all anywhere this afternoon, there may be some problems with visibility. Nala may not be able to see her neighbor as well. Today we are featuring boots because it is going to be raining. It's raining pretty heavily north of the Mohawk Valley, and with that wind when driving, that could be visibility issues. For the evening, just be careful as well because the rain looks to slowly start to come to an end, but then snow picks up. Lake effect snow will pick up tonight and for tomorrow. So here's our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. At this point, we can see the heaviest of rain is north of the Mohawk Valley, but that cold front is slowly approaching, bringing in heavier rain for all of us for the rest of this afternoon through the evening. This is all due to this cold front. This cold front is also supplying very gusty winds, with wind gusts expected to reach up to 50 miles per hour in some places. So it is very windy, widespread rain today. Scattered power outages are possible. And then behind the cold front, very, very cold air looks to come in, and that kind of triggers lake effect snow to start tonight, and that will last for most of the day tomorrow. So right now we are in the 30s and 40s. It's not too cold, but definitely feeling a little bit cooler with that wind. 39 degrees in Old Forge and Mohawk, and 43 degrees in Cassville and in Clinton. Wind gusts being measured right now 22 miles per hour at the Griffith Park Airport in Rome. Even looking over at Syracuse, 39 miles per hour wind gusts. And it is just going to get a little bit windier throughout the day as that cold front slowly continues to approach. So because of this, National Weather Service has put a wind advisory in effect for all of central New York until this evening, just due to those gusts possibly reaching up to 50 miles per hour. When that rain ends tonight, lake effect snow picks up, so this map goes into effect 5 p.m. this evening through 5 a.m. Friday. The heaviest of lake effect snow is going to be north. It's still going to be windy as well, so visibility could be a problem up there. 4 to 8 inches for the North Country, 2 to 4 inches for the areas including Rome and just north of Utica, and and a trace to 2 for the rest of us. So expect widespread rain for the rest of the afternoon. We slowly look to dry out. So this is 4:30, starting to see that rain turning into snow up north, and then lake effect snow looks to pick up. So this is 9 p.m. starting to see lake effect snow picking up tonight as much cooler air comes in. It still is going to be windy overnight and for tomorrow, and we will continue to see lake effect snow tomorrow. The heaviest of it is going to be to the north of the Mohawk Valley. This all looks to come to an end late tomorrow night. So today, expect widespread rain with very, very windy conditions. Gusts could reach up to 50 miles per hour. And tonight, then lake effect snow picks up behind the cold front and much cooler air comes in. So we have a Storm Tracker 2 alert day in effect, especially for this evening due to windy conditions that could cause scattered power outages with that rain. That alert day will be in effect until tomorrow morning due to heavy snow overnight for the north and windy conditions, but everything dries out on Friday, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. Well, she was a frequent fixture. Welcome back. The winds are picking up. They are expected to get upwards of 50 miles per hour. And some parts of our viewing area could see more than a foot of snow. Meteorologist Hannah Evans joining us now from the Weather Center with all the details. And right here in Utica, not that much snow for us, though, right?
Yes, we are not going to be seeing that much snow here, but lake effect snow will start to pick up tonight and for tomorrow. But right now, let's take a look why we issued an alert day, especially tonight through tomorrow morning. We are going to be seeing very strong winds today, up to 50 miles per hour due to this cold front that is moving through. And that cold front is also bringing widespread rain to the area today. We could be seeing some scattered power outages that are going to be possible later today. And then once this rain ends tonight, behind the cold front, very cold air comes in, and that kind of fuels lake effect snow to begin overnight, and that will last for all of the day tomorrow, especially for north of the Mohawk Valley. So here's a look now at our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. At this point, the heaviest of rain is north of the Mohawk Valley, but all of us are going to be seeing rain looking to move in once this cold front approaches us and gets a little bit closer. So widespread rain and wind today, and then lake effect snow picks up tonight and tomorrow with wind, especially north of the Mohawk Valley, and by Friday we are going to be dried out and quiet weather looks to come back in. So for today, expect widespread rain, then that turns over to lake effect snow tonight. It's going to remain very windy, and we'll be talking a little bit more about the rain and the snow coming up, Gary.
Hannah, thank you. Now let's head to Washington.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Hannah Evans.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are tracking rain coming in at this point, along with very windy conditions. So let's take a look now at our Utica National Tower camera overlooking Main Street in Cooperstown. We can see the flag blowing. We are seeing pretty gusty winds for the rest of the day. Wind gusts could reach up to 50 miles per hour, and that could cause just a few scattered power outages. So taking a look now at our Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, it looks like the heaviest of rain is falling north of the Mohawk Valley at this point, with a few breaks in the Mohawk Valley and south. But this cold front is going to come in, and that will bring widespread rain for the rest of the afternoon into the evening. And then it does look to stop before some snow moves in. So this is due to this cold front that is bringing in rain and very windy conditions. There is very cool air behind the cold front. So once that cool air comes in after it moves through, that will kind of fuel lake effect snow to start for tonight and for all of tomorrow, especially heaviest north of the Mohawk Valley. But at this point, we are honestly a little bit warm for the end of November. 39 degrees in Old Forge and Mohawk, 43 degrees in Clinton and Cassville. Once again, temperatures are going to drop drastically once that cold front moves through. So here's a look at wind gusts at this point. We are measuring 22 miles per hour wind gusts at the Griffith Park Airport in Rome. That darker red and purple color are higher wind gusts. We can see it's in Madison County, kind of moving towards Otsego County, even measuring 39 miles per hour wind gusts in Syracuse. So because of this, the National Weather Service has put a wind advisory in effect for all of central New York until this evening, with gusts up to 50 miles per hour possible, and that could cause scattered power outages. The rain looks to end this evening, but then lake effect snow picks up. So here's our snowfall forecast. This goes into effect at 5 p.m. tonight until 5 a.m. Friday morning. Heaviest of snow will fall north 48 inches in the North Country, 2 to 4 inches, including Rome and just north of Utica and the Mohawk Valley and Southern Valleys. The rest of us just looking at a trace to 2 inches, but the wind looks to remain tomorrow as well. So any areas up here, especially in Tug Hill, could be seeing visibility issues when driving. So just be careful of that. For the rest of today, we are going to be seeing widespread rain. Around 4:30 p.m., we see that rain moves out, starting to turn into some snow north of us. And then we do look to dry out around dinner time with lake effect snow picking up later on at 9. This is 9 p.m. Starting to see lake effect snow forming at this point. That looks to last through the night into tomorrow. A lot cooler tomorrow, still windy and tracking lake effect snow. So all of us are going to be seeing some type of snow tomorrow. Just watch out for visibility conditions on the roadways because it is going to be quite windy. That looks to all end late tomorrow night. So for today, we are tracking rain and wind. It's going to be very windy, wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour, and we really cool down once the cold front moves through. Still windy tonight and tomorrow with lake effect snow coming in. So especially tonight has been issued as a storm tracker to alert day due to very, very windy conditions that could cause some scattered power outages. We will be seeing wind continue for tomorrow. Lake effect snow is possible, heaviest north of the Mohawk Valley, and then we do dry out for Friday. We'll be right back.
Night off. The wind will be the story today as thousands of power outages have already been reported in the surrounding areas. We'll get to those numbers just a moment. First, let's get you right over to the Weather Center. Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis has the very latest on the forecast. And right now, those winds are gusting out there.
Yeah, that's right. In fact, I think we're going to see more power outages tonight because the wind is not going anywhere. I think the wind's going to remain as strong as it is now throughout tonight as well as early tomorrow. It might actually pick up a little bit more tomorrow. This is a look at the measured wind gusts today. About 40 to 45 miles an hour was the strongest winds. Westmoreland, Brookfield, Morrisville, just about everybody in central New York seeing these strong winds, a little bit less strong in some of the more protected areas like Old Forge. The wind advisory has been extended by the National Weather Service into tomorrow. That was expected. Again, the winds will be around here for about the next 24 hours. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Rain is coming to an end. It may briefly end as some snow showers here, but I do think that weather conditions will keep temperatures above freezing. So icy conditions, not a big concern, at least this evening, but things will start to ice up here late tonight and into early tomorrow. Current temperature is 40 degrees. This evening we're tracking windy conditions. Rain comes to an end. There will be lake effect snow that will affect parts of central New York overnight and into tomorrow, especially north of the Mohawk Valley. We're looking at the snowfall forecast and what's to come, and that's coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. These winds are no joke. In Herkimer County, there are over 5,000 people without power right now. They've been without power since about 3 o'clock this afternoon. Over 2,800 without power in Oneida County. Both National Grid and NYSEG are expecting to restore power sometime after 7 tonight, but as Bill said, we could see more power outages throughout the evening. 17 teachers at an...
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We continue to track winds on this alert day, gusting to about 40 to 45 miles an hour over the past couple of hours. And the winds will continue to stay strong as we head into this evening, tonight, and early tomorrow. Let's take a live look outside. You can see our CAPV tower cam is shaking as we're looking south to the city of Utica. Winds are now coming in from the west, and that is affecting all of central New York. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Rain is briefly changing to snow tonight, but this is the tail end of the precipitation, part of that cold front. So we're not going to be seeing much of an accumulation here. And temperatures will generally stay above freezing over the next couple of hours. So even though it's wet, not expecting anything to turn really icy, at least this evening. Could change tonight after midnight. If there's any standing water on roadways that could turn slippery. So just be on the lookout for that tomorrow morning. A few icy spots on untreated surfaces. Let's track the wind for the rest of tonight. Again, it's looking windy, wind speeds between about 30 to 40 miles an hour, wind gusts rather, again, coming from the west. Tomorrow, it starts out windy with peak winds around wind gusts around 30 miles an hour at 7 a.m. And then check it out. The winds pick up during the late morning to early afternoon. This looks to be the strongest wind that will be occurring in the future here. Peak winds about 40 to 45 miles an hour. The winds will finally subside as we head into tomorrow evening, and by tomorrow night, things will become a lot quieter across central New York. Bigger picture shows a cold front is moving through the region now, and we're seeing that drop in temperature. Dollarville 41 degrees, Whitesboro 41, Deansboro 39. Still 50 in Cooperstown, but not for long. Sherburne checking in with 43 degrees. Again, that cold front continues to march in from the west. And going forward, we will be tracking some lake effect snow that will be developing tonight. This generally falls north of the Mohawk Valley. So this evening, the weather does dry out. We're looking at windy conditions. Lake effect snow develops north of the Mohawk Valley, where snow will continue to fall throughout tonight and into early tomorrow morning. 8 a.m., again, continuing to track lake effect snow north. In the Mohawk Valley and Southern Valleys, it's a windy and cold day, but it's generally dry. Occasionally, we'll see a snow shower or two, but again, the bulk of this accumulation looks to stay north of the Mohawk Valley throughout Thursday, and then the weather looks to dry out across the entire area heading into Friday. Looking at the lake effect snowfall forecast, thinking most of us in the Mohawk Valley and Southern Valleys pick up a trace to as much as 2 inches of snow north of Utica to Rome, out to Speculator 2 to 4 inches of snow, 4 to 8 inches of snow in northern Oneida County and northern Herkimer County, including Old Forge and Boonville. This takes place tonight through tomorrow. Tonight, snow mainly to the north, windy, low of 28. It remains windy tomorrow. High temperatures in the mid-30s with lake effect snow showers, especially north. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. We dry out on Friday, 45 for the high. Tracking some rain and more wind on Saturday, 51 degrees, cooler Sunday and Monday. More rain as we look ahead to Tuesday. So we're not done with this yet. We're still going to be tracking the wind here for about the next 24 hours. And coming up in a few minutes, we're going to focus in on our risk for power outages going forward.
Some good news, just learned that the NYSEG customers in Herkimer County, about 1,900 or so just had their power restored. So that's good news, but we've got a long way to go yet. All right, thanks, Bill. A string of deadly storms ripped through the south overnight, tearing apart communities in 3 states. And forecasters warn more severe weather could be on the way. Jay Gray has the details for us.
Violent storms wrecking the south overnight. A string of tornadoes, straight-line winds, rain and hail, ripping through Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. Some areas leveled in just seconds.
I made it into what I call a safe room, and by the time I got there, it was over. It might have lasted maybe 15 seconds.
Daylight reveals damage that stretches for miles. Communities chewed up and spit out by as many as 30 twisters across the region. The most severe loss in Flatwood, Alabama. A mother and child killed, the father of the family severely injured when this massive tree, pushed over by the wind, crushed their mobile home.
Before they could even get the warning, the tornado was up upon them, and so we're praying for the family, and we want to just let the family members know that we're supporting them and whatever they need.
The need will be great across the strike zone, where conditions remain favorable for storms over the next 24 hours. Jay Gray, NBC News.
Still ahead tonight, the latest from Ukraine as Russian Missile Center with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Some tips if you see power lines that are down.
We've been getting a lot of power outages reported to us so far this evening, and if there are any power lines on the roadways, you always want to avoid touching them. I know that seems like common sense, but even being near them is enough to be dangerous. And again, just based on the wind that we've been dealing with, this could be an issue here on your drive home tonight with some debris on the roadways. We've seen wind gusts between about 35 to 40 miles an hour. Our strongest wind measured locally was in Coldbrook for the New York State Mesonet at 44 miles an hour. Another thing, too, if tonight's trash night, it's going to be a little tricky finding it in the morning. We're looking at 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts overnight, so that might be enough, or you may have to go looking for it tomorrow morning, or better yet, skip it, leave it out, leave it inside, and double up next time for next week. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Continuing to track some rain showers, switching over to snow showers this evening. Little snow is expected for most of central New York tonight. The exception, though, is north of the valley, where we will be tracking some lake effect snow. It remains windy tonight. It remains windy tomorrow. We're looking at peak wind gusts tomorrow afternoon, and that's coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Plenty of heavy hearts were